Welcome to my channel, So Simple. Today we're going to make a jumpsuit with wide legs. So what you need to do, the first thing you need to do is get a pair of tights or soft pants or sweatpants that fit you really well, the way you would like your project to fit you. Fold it in half and trace the way I did. The difference, if you wanted narrow leg, you could also do the jumpsuit narrow leg, just follow the same pattern that you folded. But if you wanted wider leg, over here, instead of going down, you're gonna flare out, and the more you flare out, the wider your legs will be. Once you do that, you take the same piece and you flip it this way, and you're going to do the same to the other side. If you could see here, what I did was I already traced out my seam allowance. So I traced it out, and then I left this much for seam allowance because I have a new serger and I will be doing this project on my serger. If you don't have a serger, that's fine. You could do it with your regular sewing machine. So do that and then cut. Make sure you measure to see how long you want your jumpsuit to be. I've already done that. And now I'm going to cut around and we'll continue in a bit. Okay, here's a tip that'll make your cutting easier. I did one side, I cut it out, and then I folded the fabric in half again, so that now I just cut around the piece that I already cut out. So this was opened up. After I cut it here, I folded it, and now I'm just going to cut so that both sides are even. Now that I finished cutting my piece, I'm going to take one of the sides. This is following the same procedure that I've done on my other videos. I'm going to take one of these hook sides and I'm going to cut about 1/2 inch only on one side. So basically this is what you're going to be doing. You're going to cut this piece straight up on one side only. Now that you have cut your little piece here, what you need to do is just put some kind of marking on it, on the side that you just cut, because this is just to remind you that this is going to be the back part of your pants. So put a little mark on the piece that you just cut, on the side from where you just cut. Then you're going to sew that side together. Only this hook section you're going to sew, and you're going to do that to that end. Now you have sewn those hook areas together, and I just wanted to show you guys something. If you were ever thinking of getting a serger and you were in doubt, I just got one, and I'm sorry it took me so long to get one, but this is the difference with the stitches when you serge. The stitches are neater, they're secure, it looks very professional, and I just absolutely love that little machine. So don't think about it and go and do it. Right now they have one on sale at Amazon, a really nice one, which is the one I got. Anyway, now that you've sewn those hook areas together, you're going to take your pants, and from this way you're going to take them in the center like this, and you're going to open them up this way so that they look like pants. And now what you need to do, you're going to take the center seams, your crotch area seams, and you're going to line those up, and you're going to pin, and then you're going to go all the way down the leg and do the same all the way down on both legs. Okay, once you do that, you're not going to join that piece. You're going to sew continuously from one end of the pant leg all the way down, all the way up, crotch area, and back down to the other leg. One continuous sew on your pants leg. Okay, to do the waistband, and remember you could do this in any color, it doesn't have to be the same color as the pants. You're going to measure from how high you want the waistband to be, and then you're going to wrap that piece of fabric around your waist to cut how wide of a piece you need. Remember that once you finish sewing these two pieces together, you're going to want to be able to fold this piece in half. So basically, once you fold it in half, that's how wide your waistband will be. And don't forget at the end, at the sides, when you sew these two pieces, you're going to sew them together like this. This one piece actually. You're going to put it together, and you're going to sew that piece together. And don't forget to, when you cut it, before you cut it, leave yourself a little seam allowance so that when you cut down, once you cut down, you should be able to flip this in like this, so that it's as wide as you actually want it to be. So I've already finished my waistband, and what I'm going to do is I folded it as much as I wanted it for the width that I wanted it. And now I'm going to take my pants right side out, and I'm going to slide it into the waistband. If you want to learn how to do this in more detail, I have other videos. I'm just trying to keep this one a bit short so that it doesn't get too long. Okay, so you do that, and then the pins, you're just going to join your the waist of your pants with your waistband. You're going to pin all around, line up your seams, pin all around, and then sew that section together all around. This is just an option that you have. We're going to be working on the top part now, and I want mine to be 2 colors. So I measured from where I want my second color to begin and end, and I cut a piece of that fabric, and then I measured the bottom part of where these are going to meet. And now the easiest way I find to do this is join these 2 fabrics together like that, the right sides are meeting, and just sew these fabrics from here, sew those together to make it one piece. So I sewed my 2 pieces together, and now what I'm doing is I'm folding them with the right size meeting in half, and I'm going to set it up really nice and neat so that everything is even for my next step. I folded the fabric in half, and now what I did is I took an old t-shirt, and I determined that I want the other color to start here, and so I laid it out in front on top of the fabric that I already folded in half. See, this is folded, and now I'm going to trace around this fabric, leaving enough seam allowance, and I'm going to cut it. Okay, so now what you do is you're going to pin your sides, and you're going to pin your shoulder area, and you're going to sew those parts together. So your shoulder and the sides of your blouse. I just want to mention quickly that once you finish sewing your blouse, it's a good idea to put the pants on and the blouse so that you know where to attach your blouse to your pants. So put both of those pieces on, and then somehow just mark where you'll be attaching them. Now that you have sewn your blouse together, what you need to decide is how short, how low you want the neckline to be. So you could just take the top part where your neckline is, fold it in half like this, and cut as low as you want the front of your neckline to be. Once you do that, you could hem your neck holes, and then once you do that, you're going to take your blouse and you're going to actually attach it now to your pants. So you just flip it inside out like this, like that, and you're going to take your pants and put them inside the blouse. And you're going to attach the pieces, line it up with the seams how you want it lined up. Like this. Make sure you do the 4 corners first so that it's just easier. You pin on the corners like this, and then you pin all around the waist area and sew that section together. Then you can go to the bottom and hem your pants. And at this point, if you want sleeveless, you're done. But I'm going to add sleeves to mine, so I already have a video on how to add the sleeves, how to make sleeves, just to keep this one shorter. So if you want to add sleeves, just follow that video and you are done. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, please like, and I'll show you how this is styled.